Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to my channel Inspired by Jesse J. Thank you for joining me because I have an amazing recipe in store for you guys. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button so that you can be in the know of all the future content that I have in store. So, in the spirit of brunch, today we are making chicken and waffles, because what's a waffle without chicken? You guessed it, chicken. All right, let's get started. All right, y'all know how we starting out. We're gonna wash this meat, because if you don't wash your meat, you're nasty. Your mama ain't raised you right. You probably don't wash your behind, and you can't be trusted. And guess what? I don't like that. Okay, we're gonna start with some white distilled vinegar. We're gonna pour it on each side. Then we're gonna rinse that off thoroughly with some cold water. We ain't got time for no bacteria that's been sitting up at that meat market. Okay, wash that chicken and wash your behind just like you should be washing that chicken. Next, we're gonna lightly season our meat, okay? All the ingredients are in the description box below. We're gonna lightly season here because the specific measurements in the description box we're gonna use to put in our flour. Because we're putting our chicken in buttermilk, liquid tends to take away some of those seasonings that we put on the chicken. So we're using onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, smoked paprika, and chili powder. Again, we're lightly seasoning. Don't be heavy-handed like your Aunt Mary, okay? And next we're gonna add some olive oil, because olive oil do what? Keep that meat sopped up and juicy. Mix that in real well. Then we're gonna add our buttermilk. After you add your buttermilk and get everything mixed in really well, then we are going to make our Hennessy Pecan-Butter syrup. So we're gonna start with 1 stick of butter melted in a saucepan. Once that's melted on medium heat, we're going to add our 2 cups of light brown sugar. Next, we'll add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Again, you want to add your ingredients in slowly so that everything has time to fully saturate into the mixture and you don't burn it. Again, we're cooking this on medium heat, so you don't want to cook it too fast. You don't want to cook it too slow, so you'll be standing there all day. Then we're going to add 1 more cup of heavy whipping cream. Stir that in really well. Set that to the side, and we're going to add a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. So the oils from the pecans are going to help saturate and give your Hennessy syrup that texture it needs. And finally, we add in that 1/2 shot of Henny. You can add whatever bourbon that you want. I chose Hennessy just because it gives it that full bourbon aftertaste. You know, that taste that make you think you're drunk, but you ain't really drunk because I ain't add that much. So whatever bourbon you want to add, you can add in there. I chose Hennessy, and then we're going to follow that up with a splash of vanilla and a pinch of salt. Salt just kind of balances out the sweetness. And then we're going to sit that to the side. Next up, so our chicken has been sitting for about 30 minutes or so. After about 30 minutes, we're going to add bread and butter pickle juice. Okay, this is a game changer. Don't ask me no questions. Just do what I say, okay? All we using is the pickle juice. Don't use no pickles, because we don't want no pickled chicken, okay? We just using the juice. And a few splashes of hot sauce. After you add that, sit that to the side, we're going to make our waffle batter. We're going to start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we're going to follow that up with 2 eggs. So So again, if you notice, I'm adding everything in and I'm mixing one at a time so that I get that full, complete texture that I need. Everything's mixed well. There's no inconsistencies throughout my batter. Again, 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, and then we're gonna mix. Hold on, my mama calling me. Hello? Mama, what you want? I'm on YouTube. Okay, I'm cooking. I'm gonna call you back. Okay, love you. Bye. Next, we're going to add 1.5 cups of buttermilk. 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Again, you want to add your ingredient and mix. One thing you also want to do is give that spatula, that mixture, a good old tap around the rim of that bowl, because ain't nobody got time for no dry patches in them waffles, okay? Be sitting at the table and then mess around and choke and be like, call 919, not 911, 919, I need help right now. Mix that in really well. Whip it real good. Okay, dun 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 dun. Okay, I don't own no rights to that salt and pepper. Don't be trying to come for me asking for my coins, because I ain't got no money, okay? Next, we're gonna add 4 teaspoons of baking powder. This is what's gonna give your waffles that fluffiness, that thickness, because ain't nobody got time for no flat waffles. Only thing I like flat is my pancakes, okay? And it's imperative that you mix this in really well, because you want to make sure that your batter has that consistency of baking powder. Next, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. This is what's going to help your batter not stick to the waffle iron. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is just going to add a little sweetness to your waffle so it ain't tasting like flour. And finally, we'll add a splash of vanilla. It's up to you on how much you want to add. Call your Aunt Mary up and ask her what a splash is. I'm sure she'll be able to show you. I'm using the splash. That's all you need is a splash. Next up, we're going to get ready to fry this chicken, so hold your horses.
Swipe, 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 swipe. Swipe, 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 swipe. Just picked up some bands, come again, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Swerving, making plays, cool Ferrari red. Never out my zone, touchdown in my hands. Only fam around me, I can't have no friends. Had to cut you off, you left me out for dead. Ever since I was a teen, had prices on my head. Had to cut you off, you left me out for dead. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Just picked up some bands.
Alright, now we are ready to prepare our waffles. So I have a Cuisinart waffle maker that I just bought the other day from Bed Bath & Beyond. I can add the link in the description box if you guys want to get this same one. It looked nice, it caught my attention. I said, let's get it. make sure you spray your waffle iron down evenly with some cooking spray. And you're going to add your waffle mix to the center of the waffle iron. You want everything to maneuver its way out evenly once you close the waffle iron. Flip it real good. Ooh, would you look how brown that waffle is? Now that's a waffle. Look how golden that is, okay? Eating my waffle like it's golden. Eating my waffle like it's gold. Okay, Jill, don't be coming for me, okay? I own rights to that. And then you're gonna repeat. Again, spray it down. Add your waffle mix. Depending on how many people you're cooking for, you may need to double this recipe. You may need to shorten it a little bit, so you can add half if you're cooking for less people. You can add more if you're cooking for more people. So with this particular measurement, I could have made about 4 waffles.
Down for the long run now. Red Corvette and my drop top down. Calling up my digits in my Motorola, and I'm speeding like I robbed someone. Falling and I'm a whip, yeah. Out in Fairfax, going hard in the pit, yeah.
Ooh, baby, look at that syrup. Iroko shot bandeleyosha. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know what's gonna get me in the gates of heaven, but if I make this syrup for Jesus, Jesus gonna let me right on through. Like, come on through, son. You enter the gates of heaven. Would you look at that? Looks so good, make you want to call up and slap your grandma. Not your mama, but your grandma. Careful. Boy, don't you spill that good liquor. Listen, don't play me. Play Lotto. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. I got more amazing recipes for you guys to come.